Welcome back to M.O.R.T.E.M. Some places exist to help people rebuild their lives. Shelters, support centers, charity hubs. They are meant to be safe spaces. Places where vulnerable individuals can seek support, rest, and recovery. But in the early hours of one morning in Liverpool, one of those spaces became the focus of a murder investigation. This is the story of the death at the M.O.R.T.E.M charity hub in Liverpool. Leeds Street runs through central Liverpool, a mix of commercial buildings, support centers, and residential properties. At night, the area quiets, with only occasional traffic and the glow of streetlights illuminating the road. Among the buildings sits M.O.R.T.E.M, a center dedicated to supporting people facing difficult circumstances. The organization provides help to individuals affected by homelessness, drug and alcohol dependency, mental health challenges, domestic abuse. Earlier in the year, the center became independent of the YMCA, which had operated in Liverpool for 180 years. The leadership explained that the new name better reflected their evolving mission and services. Inside the building, overnight hours are typically calm. Some residents sleep. Staff maintain supervision. Support workers remain available. But on this particular morning, that routine was broken. At approximately 3:50 a.m., emergency services were contacted. A man in his 40s had been found unresponsive inside the center. Staff attempted to assist while waiting for paramedics. Moments later, emergency crews arrived. They assessed the man and began treatment. Despite efforts, he was pronounced dead. The circumstances surrounding the death quickly raised concern. Police were notified. Officers secured the building. Residents and staff inside were asked to remain available for questioning. Access to parts of the center was restricted. The environment shifted from a place of support to a crime scene. Police began gathering information. Who had been present overnight? Movements within the building. Timeline of events. Merseyside police confirmed that the death was being treated as suspicious. Detectives began interviewing witnesses, reviewing CCTV footage, collecting forensic evidence, reconstructing the timeline. The focus was on understanding what had happened in the hours before the discovery. Police confirmed that a 55-year-old man had been arrested on suspicion of murder. He was taken into custody for questioning. The arrest indicated investigators believed the incident involved individuals inside the center. M.O.R.T.E.M plays an important role in the community. It provides accommodation, assistance, support, services, counseling, crisis intervention. The incident shocked both staff and those who rely on the center. Police remained at the scene throughout the morning. Forensic teams examined rooms, documented evidence, collected samples. Detectives continued interviewing individuals present. A post-mortem examination was scheduled to determine the cause of death. The news spread quickly. Residents expressed shock. People who relied on the center were concerned. The incident highlighted the challenges faced in environments supporting vulnerable individuals. Police confirmed. Inquiries ongoing. Forensic work continuing. Suspect in custody. Detectives worked to establish what led to the incident, whether there was a confrontation. Timeline of events. As the investigation moved forward, officers expanded their inquiries beyond the immediate building. Detectives reviewed movements in the surrounding area on Leeds Street, identifying anyone entering or leaving the premises during the early hours. This included checking nearby transport routes, taxi drop-offs, and pedestrian activity recorded in the vicinity. Police also focused on the operational structure of the center overnight. Staff working the late shift were asked to provide detailed timelines, including when individuals had last been seen and whether any disturbances had occurred before the discovery. These statements were cross-referenced with internal logs and security records. Because the center supports individuals facing complex personal circumstances, investigators carefully assessed whether any prior disagreements or tensions may have developed. Officers worked to understand relationships between those staying at the facility and whether any conflicts had escalated during the night. Forensic teams continued processing evidence collected inside the building. Items of interest were documented and removed for laboratory analysis. Investigators aimed to establish whether there had been signs of a struggle and to determine the sequence of events leading to the discovery. Detectives also liaised with medical professionals ahead of the post-mortem examination. The findings would play a key role in confirming the cause of death and narrowing investigative focus. Until those results were available, officers continued exploring multiple lines of inquiry. Throughout the day, police maintained a presence outside the center, reassuring staff and residents. The entrance remained partially restricted while evidence gathering continued. Individuals arriving for support services were redirected or assisted by staff as operations adjusted around the investigation. Authorities reiterated their appeal for information, emphasizing that even minor observations could assist. Anyone who had been in the area during the early morning hours was encouraged to come forward, particularly if they had noticed unusual activity. The case remained active, with detectives working to establish a clear timeline and determine what had unfolded inside the charity hub during the early hours of the morning. M.O.R.T.E.M breakdown. Motive: under investigation. 6 out of 10. Operations. Incident within support facility. 7 out of 10. Reach. Localized. 6 out of 10. Terror impact. Community shock. 7 out of 10. Execution style. Unknown pending investigation. 6 out of 10. Mindset. Conflict-driven context. 6 out of 10. A place meant to offer help. Became a scene of tragedy. Violence can emerge where it's least expected. If you found this investigation informative, support the M.O.R.T.E.M channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. It helps more people stay informed. Subscribe to M.O.R.T.E.M for more detailed crime documentaries, real case breakdowns, and ongoing investigations. Your support keeps these stories being told. Stay aware. Stay informed.